first video on the YouTube channel. Let's hope it goes well, and I don't embarrass myself. Okay, so today's topic, as you probably saw in the thumbnail, is terrible teachers I've had. I've had a lot of terrible teachers. I am probably an expert on the subject. Who wants to team? I think it's a trap, so I'm going to be talking about middle school terrible teachers. I had a couple bad teachers. Mostly they were the foreign language teachers, mostly because I don't think they really knew how things were done in America. And so they just had no idea what to talk about. And they also didn't know our skill set, so it was like, we went there, this is probably the first couple days, they didn't know what we knew, and they assumed that we knew, like, complete foreign language, like we had mastery of this subject, which was obviously not true. That's why we were taking class. So we were in the class, and this is probably like the first couple days, and we have she speaks in probably half Greek the first day, and this is crazy to me. Oh yeah, Greek was the foreign language. Probably should mention that. So she talked in like half Greek the first day, and none of us knew what she was talking about. I don't know what she thought. I don't know if she was told what our level of expertise was on the subject, which was at the time 0. So either way, it could have been her fault, could have been like the school's fault. I'm not pointing fingers. This isn't the bad teacher part. So this was in 7th grade that this happened. So we had this one teacher. She was a Greek teacher, and so we would go into her class every day, and she'd speak mostly English. This was one of the better teachers at the time, but one day she told us that their principal would be coming in to like watch our class. I don't know if that happens in other schools, but it happened in our school. So she was getting us ready, and so she tells us that if we behave well, then she'll let us go outside and we'll get candy the next day. So we're obviously like super happy because it's great, candy. Who doesn't want candy? So the next day comes, and the principal comes in, and so she's speaking English before the principal comes in, like she always does. And then right when the principal comes in, she decides, oh, gotta like make a good impression, and so she starts speaking in complete Greek. And this was still the first year of me learning Greek. Other kids, so we're all just like completely clueless about whatever she's saying. But she goes over the same things that she normally does in class. And so we know about what she's saying. Usually these submarine problems, like if a submarine goes down this much and up this much, where is the submarine? So it was a pretty standard problem. But so the principal sits through the entire class, and I think I made a pun. Oh no. I made a pun. And it was a funny pun too. It was real funny. And so at the time, the Greek teacher didn't say anything about it because she wanted to make it look like she didn't care that I made a hilarious pun. But then after class, she was like, you ruined it for me. And now none of us are going to go outside. And then she gives candy to all the other kids and not me. And that was probably one of the more traumatic experiences of my life. Not getting candy in front of all the other kids. And so, also, by the way, teacher is not allowed to bribe kids with candy. That is not something teachers are allowed to do. And so we got her reprimanded for that. So it was anyway, that was that. And I didn't really care, but I don't know. It was just kind of a weird experience for me. So yeah, that was that experience. Next story. From 6th to 8th grade, we had a phys ed class. So we would learn about stuff like this was in 6th grade. We learned about the body, like the human body and all the functions and stuff, like normal things that people would learn. And then I think it was in 7th and 8th grade. Yeah, in 7th and 8th grade, for some reason, the focus shifted to not learning about the human body and instead learning about like stress and stress alone. I don't know why. Maybe it was a government like that's something that the government told the school to do, or I don't know. Either way, we talked about stress probably the entire year, and it was, I don't know, like the first week of talking about it, it's like, oh, we're talking about stress. This is a topic that some kids will definitely need. And then the next like year of us talking about stress, it gets kind of old, and obviously it gets old. It's a year talking about just stress, and so I don't know. We talk about things like the same things every class, and so I didn't learn anything in that class. That's basically all I have to say about that class. It was really bad. Uh, okay, the next story I have is not really a bad teacher, more of a pushover teacher. So I guess it's a bad teacher. She didn't really enforce any rules. It was kind of just like a boring class where we didn't do very much work. Not that I want to do work, but we should do something in class. So every day we'd go into class and she'd be like, okay, we were going to be learning. Oh, this was another Greek class, by the way. So I had a lot of Greek in my school. So we'd go into class, and this was for everybody, not just like the people who were bad at Greek, like I was. This was for everybody. Why can't I go up here? Okay. So we'd go into class, and on the whiteboard, she'd have written probably like, she'd fill up the whiteboard with words. Like the words weren't even that big. And she'd expect each class we just copy down words the entire time. Like that's what our class was. And then after you'd copy down the words, you got to play silent ball, which was the best reward of all time. Just kidding. It wasn't. Silent ball isn't that fun after you play it like every class for an entire year. So you'd copy down probably like 40 to 50 words every 30 minutes in her class, and you needed to copy. There was nothing else to do. Like there was words on the board, and she'd say copy, and then like halfway through the year, she wouldn't even have to say copy anymore because like it's so obvious what to do because we've done it for the entire year. So we started to copy, and then the kids started getting bored of it because copying isn't very fun. And so we'd start doing like other things. So example, my friends and I, we made so we wanted to pass like a note in class or have some secret way of talking. So first we thought, oh, we could come up with our own sign language. So we tried learning that, but that's harder than you'd think because you have to come up with the thing for every single letter and then learn how to memorize like all of them. And it's a lot harder than you think. And so we tried doing that. That was fun for a little while. It worked a little bit, but then we realized that it was completely impossible and never going to happen. And so we moved on to a different method of transport. We thought, what if we just threw notes across the classroom? But this is like too obvious. Like if a teacher got a hold of that, you'd know what we were saying. And so what we did, we would hollow out erasers with scissors, and we'd stuff a note inside them. And what this would do was you could throw the eraser across the classroom, and you could if the teacher saw the eraser, it wouldn't matter because it's an eraser. So teacher's got she's got nothing on you. You can just pick up the eraser and say, oops, I dropped it. So it was pretty genius. So I'm pretty proud of that. I still have them. I'm gonna patent it one day and sell it. So yeah. So that was that, and it was pretty fun. It kept us occupied for a little while. Then we moved on to these little paper triangles, which I forget what we call them. I think we had a name for them, but basically what you do is you like make tons of paper triangles, and you could put them together in all these different ways, and you could make like a ninja star out of them or something like that. And anyway, it was kind of cool. And my friends and I would make like hundreds of them, like really like an entire Ziploc bag, like gallon Ziploc bag. So that was also fun. And then that got boring because folding paper isn't exactly the most entertaining thing in the world. And then we moved on to, well, this was the entire class that did this. We took the desks and we arranged them so that they made like a little tunnel from one side of the classroom to the other. And then kids, I'm not joking, would crawl under the through the tunnel from one side of the classroom to the other. It was hilarious and probably one of the best couple days of my life. There you go. Okay, so I can't focus right now. Hold on. What the heck? Why did I make this? It's like blocking my head. It's super annoying. Okay, now I just need to kill him. And then I will continue my story. I can't focus and game at the same time. Where is he? There he is. Hi there, bud. Hello. Oh no. What? Okay. It's okay. It's fine. It's fine. Okay. Oh. Okay. Other thing, it's not really a story, but it's funny to tell. We would. My friend had, I think it was a C as one of her grades. She did do grades, by the way. There was a test every now and then about some stupid thing. I don't know. It was some random thing that she'd come up with. So she had a C on one of these tests, and she just goes to the teacher, or the teacher calls her up to like her desk, and she goes, "Okay, so you have a C on this test. We're just gonna round that up," and it was probably like a 78 or something, and she rounds it up to an A. So she was a Greek teacher. Thankfully she wasn't a math teacher. I don't think she could be a math teacher. But yeah, that was funny. Okay, so, oh, hi there, bud. Come here. What the heck are you doing? Yeah, so she just rounds up the grades. She was nice, kind of didn't know how teaching worked, but it was fun. Fun class. Yeah. So I'm probably just gonna let this game finish, and yeah, that's the stories. Next time, my next video, I'm probably planning on doing a terrible dentist, because I've had a couple of those. So yeah.
It's a 16 buff in the dark of It's a 16 buff in the dark.